What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Team Fish Knuckles YouTube channel. So for the next 3 days, what we're going to cover is probably the most hyped decks coming out of Astral Radiance. Now, it's not decks updated with Astral Radiance. It's decks that are coming out of Astral Radiance. So brand new decks. So decks that you can see that are built with the Astral Radiance, if that makes sense. And today we're going to cover probably the most hyped one. There's two of them that are really hyped. And I think we're going to probably start off with everybody's most hyped one, and that is Origin Form Palkia V-Star. This deck, it just seems so amazing. Like, it seems really good, really strong, and I think it's going to do a ton of damage in this standard format. It's going to come out swinging, and people are going to have to find counters to it. It's going to be a really interesting format. I think this format's going to be so interesting because you have lightning weakness, grass weakness, you have fighting weakness, you have all these big circle of life going on in Pokemon, which is cool. More decks, variety is a lot more fun. It's not so much rock, paper, scissors. It's more of I threw rock, you threw a square. Okay, let's go. Let's have some fun, right? So I think this deck's going to be really cool. This deck has been really hyped out of Japan. But before we do any of that, right, we don't give a huge shout out, right? We don't give a shout out to Jack from Omnipoke. He has I guess a Google Docs where he uploaded all the new Astral Radiance cards. So that's how we have cards like Origin Palkia V and V-Star and Radiant Greninja and Irida and Roxanne. He did this. He uploaded to the website. I'll leave a link down below to the website. We can, print the cards out, start testing them, whatever you want to do. And I want to give a huge shout out to Jake Gearhart for making this amazing website called Poke Gear. I've talked about it before. We've used it before on different, on way back Wednesdays and stuff like that. But with this website, you can literally just build any deck. You can literally just grab a picture, put it in here, and it makes it like this. So you can just build any deck. There is a search engine. You can type in cards. But if cards aren't in here, you literally can just drag and drop into the website. Fantastic people. Thank you so much for building both of these things. And so, yeah, go check out both out. I'll have links down below to their Twitters and tell them thank you because I appreciate so much what they have done for the community, and be able to do stuff like this is so fantastic because it's not even out anywhere, and you can build decks and have fun and talk about decks, right? So like I said, Zora's about to join us. Here she is. But yeah, today we're going to start off with Origin Form Palkia. I think it's probably the most hyped card coming out of Astral Radiance, and so let's pull it up. You see right here, you can just see the card. So it has 280 HP, right? And it has Subspace Swell. It does 60, and this attack does 20 more damage for each bench Pokemon, both yours and your opponent. So what does it remind you of? Suicune. Dun dun dun. Yeah, Suicune. It reminds you just of Suicune, right? So if you have I have 5 and they have 5, your opponent has 5, that's 260. That's a lot of damage coming out for 2 energies. That's it. 2 energies. That's it. That's all you need. It's 2 energies, and you swing. You start doing a ton of damage, and you can do 260. And of course, you can take Choice Belt 290, and then plus Inteleon, bam, you start doing 310. You're taking huge knockouts, which is great. You only need 2 energies. I think that's strong, right? I think a lot of Pokemon, a lot of decks play a bunch of bench Pokemon, and so this is where Origin for Palkia is going to shine, right? I think it's going to be super strong. I think it's going to do great things. And it has Star Portal. During your turn, you may attach up to 3 water energy cards from this power to your water Pokemon any way you like. You can't use more than 1 V-Star power in a game. So you can just attach a water G's from this power to your Pokemon. You're good to go. And you can just power Palkia itself, which is pretty cool. You don't even need Melony. You can just go, okay, let's use the V-Star, get the energies on the field. Bam, 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 start powering them up, and your Palkia is good to go, right? So that's pretty amazing. You can just power yourself up. If you missed a Melony or something like that, that's why we only play 3 in this list. This list is obviously inspired by Finn. Huge shout out to Finn, doing great things with Suicune. So he kind of took his list and built this. Of course, his list was Suicune, Ludicolo, Inteleon, but this is just Palkia Inteleon because he's swinging for a lot more damage, right? So, pretty good attack, right? It's simple. You do 60 and then 20 for each bench Pokemon. You're doing a lot of damage that way. Star Portal is pretty cool. You're just going to power yourself up. And then you have the regular Palkia as well, too. You have Rule the Region, search deck for stadium card villain, put it in your hand, then shuffle your deck. It's okay, right? You can find a stadium card. We'll go over the stadium cards here in a little bit. But there's also Hydro Break. It does 200 during its turn. This Pokemon can attack. So 200 for 3, not the best. We probably should never have any 3 energies on a Palkia at all. But like I said, Origin Form Palkia, it's where it's at. Subspace Swell, 60 plus 20 for each bench Pokemon, both your opponent. So you're capping out 260. Choice Band 290 plus. Inteleon. You're doing a lot of damage. So that's pretty cool. I like that a lot. It's pretty good. So that's your main attacker. That's it. Now, there are other cards that you can put in this deck. There is Staryu V from the new set. Staryu V, let's see if we can pull this up real quick. How can I pull this up? Hang on one second, guys. Okay, so here we go. So we're on the Google website I was talking about. But Staryu V is a card you can put in this, right? It has Energy Spiral. This deck does 50 damage for each energy card attached to all of your opponent's Pokemon. So this is a Pokemon you can use if you want to. I know some lists are playing this because your opponent has 5 energies out. You're doing 250 plus choice 280. They have 6, so that's pretty cool. And it's each energy, so it's DTEs count as 2. That's very important because DTE are 2 energies, not just 1. So that is something you can put in this list. You can put Starmie in there, and once again, you can power it pretty much out of nowhere with Origin Form Palkia, as well as Melony just attached to Water G. That's pretty strong. So that is another attacker you can put in here. It's pretty good. Like I said, some lists are playing it. We're not playing it just yet, but it should be pretty easy to find if you want to cut space for it. But that's all the attackers you really probably need in this deck. Now, we are playing a 4-3-1-1 Inteleon line. You got the Sobble to keep calling, search for 3 basic Rapid Strike Pokemon, put them on your bench. You're going to get up multiple Sobbles and stuff like that. Too bad, Origin for Palkia, it's not a Rapid Strike Pokemon, so you can't search for it. But still, being able to find multiple Sobbles turn 1 could be really, really beneficial, of course. We have 3 Drizzile. Just be able to, you evolve it. You can find a trainer card, put it in your hand. Just super consistent. Finding what we need. Finding that 1 trainer card is always really, really nice. And then we have 1 Shady Dealings. Of course, put 2 trainer cards into your hand. Aqua Bullet's also a good attack. 120 in the 22 bench is really strong. It might not seem like a lot, but one of the big things right now is Galarian Moltres, and Aqua Bullet one-shots a Galarian Moltres, right? Beedrill becomes still big. You get Aqua Bullet plus energy, or plus a ping. That's 130 or 140, which knocks out Beedrill. So there's a lot of stuff Inteleon does for him, which is good. That's good. And then we also play 1 Inteleon Quick Shooting to put 2 damage counters on 1 of your opponent's Pokemon. So once again, you can hit those big numbers with the Origin Form Palkia. Hit 310, which is going to knock out Muse and stuff like that. So that's pretty beneficial. That's why this is in there. Also, it helps with a a choice, not a choice, a charmed Arceus, because they have 310. So once again, 260 plus, Choice Belt 290 plus Inteleon-png is 310. So you can knock them out that way, and they can't knock you out because the most they can do is maybe 230 or 250 with the ping, maybe 260 with the Hexagon. So they're never one-shotting you. So that's great. That's really, really cool. And you have the potential to one-shot stuff, things like Subspace Swell and Quick Shooting, which is really good. I like that a lot. We are playing a Manaphy. This is a card that's probably cuttable. It's up to you. I think the card is good. Be able to protect your bench Pokemon, especially if Urshifu is running around still. You can play Manaphy. I think Urshifu will still run around just because, if you look at Origin Form Palkia, its weakness is Lightning, which means fighting is still very relevant, right? Fighting is relevant to take out those lightning attackers. If you see cards like Raikou and stuff like that, then Urshifu is still going to be big. And then plus Urshifu can just pick on Inteleons and Sobbles and stuff like that. So Manaphy is going to protect it. So that's pretty cool. You can cut it if you think Urshifu is not going to be big. That's up to you. That's up to you to decide. And there's also the new card Radiant Greninja. So the thing about Radiant Greninja, there's 2 things. You can only have 1 Radiant Pokemon in your deck. Only 1. So it's like an ace spec. Now the thing about this too is this is a rule card. So please do not get penalties from using this under Path to the Peak. And that's a very big deal, and we'll talk about it here a little bit later, and you'll make sense why I bring this up. But Radiant Greninja is really, really good because you have this built-in draw engine. You must discard energy card from your hand in order to use ability. Once your turn, you may draw 2 cards. So you can discard a water, draw 2. That might seem like a lot, but using Melony to draw 3 And like Raiding Greninja, like you use Raiding Greninja to discard, draw 2, and then Melony those energy back, draw 3. You're good, right? That's really, really good. I think it's a really cool combo. And also you have Moonlight Shuriken, discard 2 energy from Pokemon. This attack does 90 damage to your opponent's Pokemon. I don't know. It might not be that good. It could pick up knockouts where Palkia couldn't get them, but that is something you could do. Also, there is another Radiant card that you could play outside of this. Let's see if we can find it. The Radiant Hawlucha could be something that you could play, just because it gives you 30 more damage to your opponent's Pokemon's VMAX to help you one-shot Muse. So that it could be very, very, very good. And then other Pokemon that do have more damage. So if you want to put more damage output, put the Hawlucha in there. That could be really good. But to draw Greninja, it's kind of 50-50 right now. I'm more of the Greninja just to help draw set up. I just want to be as consistent as possible and just win games. So that's why. So I don't know. Hawlucha, Greninja, I'm not sure which one's which is better. Like I said, the Hawlucha is going to help you knock out like the Muse and stuff like that. And if there is other VMAXs that are relevant, I don't think there's going to be any more outside of the Muse. Maybe Eternatus, but even then, that's pushing it. If the Hawlucha said VMAX and V-Stars, then like, oh my goodness, it would be such a different game. But it just is VMAX. So, anyways, so we're playing 3 Melony. We only play 3 because, like I said, like Palkia already powers itself up with Star Portal if you need to, because you have 3 water energies. For your Pokemon any way you like, you can put like active 2 on the bench or something to attach a water G. So that's pretty cool. You really don't need that many supporter cards. So that's as many water support cards like Melony. So we're playing 3, but still really good. Attach a water G from your discard pile to one of your Pokemon V. If you do draw 3, like I said, combine this with Radiant Greninja, draw 2 more, and then with Drizzile and Inteleon, you can find any of the cards you need and help set up games for knockouts. Raihan, Pokemon's knocked out. Attach a energy from your discard pile to one of your Pokemon. If you do, search deck for a card and put it in your hand. This is really good because Melony can only get Pokemon V, while Raihan can go into Inteleon. Once again, like setting Aqua Bullet plays is pretty cool. You can Raihan to Inteleon and then attach an Aqua Bullet, which could take knockouts. That's pretty cool. Next up is Irida, a new card from Astral Radiance. Search deck for a water Pokemon and an item card, reveal them and put it into your hand, then shuffle your deck. Now, I know some people are playing like a ton of Iridas in their deck. I'm only opting to play 1 right now, just because like we already have a lot of water search with like Evolution Incense and Level Ball and Quick Ball and stuff like that. So like I don't think it's that needed. And then like you already get to find item cards with like Drizzile and like Inteleons and stuff like that. So I don't think Irida is like a 4 of that I've seen in decks. It could be, but I'm only playing 1 right now. It's up to you, like always, to decide what you want to do. But it's still a really good card just to find a water Pokemon item card just to help guaranteed stuff and put it in your hand. So that's pretty cool. Another new card from Astral Radiance is Roxanne. I love this card so much. You can only play this card if your opponent has 3 or more prize cards left. Both players shuffle their hand to the deck. You draw 6 and your opponent draws 2. So it's like an in. It's, it's a really good card. You punish your opponent for taking early prize cards or going down very quickly. And you go, hey, I'm going to put you at 2 prize cards. And a lot of people aren't playing like really good draw like out of cards. Like a Pokemon wise, like people aren't playing that many Crobats and B-Barrels. Like I guess you could like find the Drizzile and stuff like that. So it's probably not that relevant. That's why I'm only playing 1. It's, everyone has like 10 cards. You could Roxanne them down to like, 2 cards and cross your fingers that it sticks. So that's a pretty interesting card that I included here instead of Marnie. You could opt to play Marnie still, but we are going to play that. But we're going to play 1 Pal Pad. Let's put Pal Pad right here. We'll put Pal Pad right here. But yeah, Pal Pad just says shuffle 2 supporter cards from your back into your deck. So after you use like the Roxanne or the Raihan or something, you can Pal Pad them back in there. So that's really good. If you don't think Pal Pad is as needed, you can cut it. So that's kind of up to you. But getting back 2 supporter cards is really good, like always. So that's really cool. Now, we are playing the Cross Switchers like Finn did, just so we can Melony plus Cross Switcher. The thing about this deck, though, is like Palkia is like a little bit tankier, so maybe you keep the Raihan the switch in here. And one card I kind of want to maybe put in here, and and I'm not sure because I haven't played the deck, you know, it's not really active yet, is Cheryl. Cheryl could be a good card to put in here. Heal all damage for each of your evolution Pokemon. If you do, discard all energy from the Pokemon that were healed in this way. Because you could do, like, a Cheryl play where you, like, Cheryl all your origin form Palkias, and then you use the ability to get all the energies back and power Palkias out of nowhere. That's pretty cool. I like that idea a lot. So that is something we can think about later on. Maybe cut that rate up if it's not really needed or something. So we'll see. But, of course, you can still play Boss's Order and stuff like that. So, but we're all playing 2 Cross Switcher. You play 2 of them. Switch when your opponent's bench Pokemon they're active. If you do, switch your bench Pokemon with one of your bench Pokemon. So, 1, that gets like a damage Palkia out of the active to your bench, right, to protect it. And then 2, you can take knockouts on the bench that like are heavily damaged, whatever. It's a boss order. So, I think that's cool. I think you can save your origin from Palkias. And I like that a lot. I think it's cool. I like the Guzma effects more than boss order most of the time. Just because you can like always like send a Pokemon boss order somebody else up. Or Cross Switcher, sorry, or Guzma. So I do like the Cross Switcher aspect because it is like a Guzma. But you have to play 2 of them at a time to activate it. So that is a pretty big deal. So maybe cut them, play boss orders. I don't know. Right now we're just going with this. We're going to play 3 Evolution Incense. You do have a lot of Evolution Pokemon. Search for Evolution, put it in your hand. Just go find Palkia, the Drizzile, the Teleons. We play 4 Quick Ball. Discard a card from your hand, find a base Pokemon. 4 Level Ball, search deck for Pokemon with 90 HP or less. Reveal and put in your hand. This is really good. Manaphy, Drizzile, Sobbles, you know. The big thing is like the Drizziles, right? 3 Scoop Up Nets. Once again, if you start cutting the Cross Switchers, you can play like a 4th net. You can probably play like a 4th Drizzile too, right? There's a lot more space you can start cutting. Like if you cut the 4th Switcher, put it 2 Balls, like 4 Scoop Up Net, 4th Drizzile or something. So that could be something you could do. If you want to play more consistency, you could put that in there. That's fine. But Scoop Up Net's going to return 1 Pokemon that isn't a V or GX back into your hand. Discard all cards. And of course, we know how broken this is. Pick up a Inteleon, put it back down, blah, blah, blah. You know, you're good to go. We're going to play 2 Capacious Buckets. Search check for 2 Water G's, reveal them, put in your hand to shuffle your deck. This is really, really good, not only because it finds you Water G's to attack, but it combos with Radiant Greninja once again, right? Pretty good card. Get the Water G's out. Bucket, you know, discard them with the concealed cards, draw cards, then you get Melony and stuff like that. It's just a really cool combo, and it goes well. 2 Choice Belt. I haven't said this enough, but 290 plus Inteleon-png is 310. It's good. It's really good. So that's really strong. I like the double Echoing Horn I'm playing here, but a base Pokemon for your opponent's discard pile into their bench, just so you can take like maybe like back-to-back knockout of Crobats or something. Like you already have enough space as it is. Most of us only play 1 Echoing Horn, but we're playing 2. So I think that's really good, just to like guarantee you like more bench Pokemon that first of all that Order 4 Palkia can do damage with, right? Like if they have 3. And they have Pokemon in the discard pile, you can bring out 2, and then all of a sudden, like, do your increased damage by 40, which is really good. You can take 1-shots all of a sudden. And then also, like I said, pick on, like, you know, weak Pokemon like Crobat or, like, Laminion if they do find the way into the field. And then you can Echoing Horn them, you know, cross-switch them out in the field or something like that. So that's pretty good. I like that a lot. Now, a new stadium card from Astral Radiance is Temple of Sinnoh. Now, I like this card a lot, especially in this deck. Now, you could play like Path to the Peak. Path to the Peak is still really, really good. But remember, Path to the Peak is going to shut down your concealed cards for Radiant Greninja because this is a rule box Pokemon. So make sure you remember that. Make sure you remember that. That is a big thing, especially going to like, you know, regionals and NIC and stuff like that. You don't want to use Greninja under Path to the Peak. That is a big deal. But what Temple of Sinnoh does, it says East Special Energy attached to Pokemon in play provides a colorless energy. It has no other effect. So this is going to get rid of your opponent's DTs. They can't use those anymore. Fusion Strike energies are now just a basic colorless energy. Rapid Strike energies are now just a basic energy. And I'm saying this because most of these decks, maybe Mew, they don't play like three trading cards. Well, you know, stadium cards. Well, I do. I play 3 Temple of Sinnoh. I might play a 4th one just to counter those decks because, you know, all we play is 6 water and 2 capture energies, and that's fine. Like, we use capture energies early, whatever. If we don't, that's fine. The only thing about captures is they don't count for subspace swell. I know this, but being able to find multiple Sobbles is really good. You could cut them for 2 more water Gs. That's fine. You could do that. But Tempo of Sinnoh, like, be able to shut down DTEs, be able to shut down Rapid Strike Energies, you know, Fusion Strike Energies, whatever the other DTE card for, you know, non-Vs and stuff like that. These are all good things that you can shut down with Tempo of Sinnoh. Well, while Path to Peak shuts down your rating Greninja. And if you think that Mew is so bad that you do need to play a Path to Peak, then play it. Then play it, of course, then play it. And I think at that point you might want to play like a Hodouten, like a Marnie engine or something to disrupt Mew. Because I think Path to the Peak is like the strongest when you play it with Marnie. So I'm not playing that in the deck, obviously. If you do that, then we need to revamp a bunch of things. Play like Marnie, play Path to the Peak and stuff like that. So that would be interesting. But 6 water, I love that you can play Matrix energies on here. They're my favorite type of energies. I don't have any in real life. They are way too expensive. I used to at one point. I think I like traded them or lost them or something. I'm not really sure. And 2 capture energies to round out, like I said, to find your Sobbles, whatever. Once again, capture energies do not work with subspace as well. So it might be a bad card just to put in the deck, but you can also capture a Sobble to find a Palkia and then keep calling to find more Sobbles, because as long as you get a Palkia out turn 1, you can use Origin Form Palkia's V-Star's ability, get a bunch of water energies out of your discard pile somehow, maybe you quick a ball on way or something, and then you're good to go. So, and then of course, you know, even if you don't get the turn 1 water on Palkia, there's so many different ways to like accelerate energies with Rating Greninja, Melony, you know, Bucket. The combos are there to get a Palkia out of nowhere, right? So that's pretty cool. But yeah, there's Origin Form Palkia. This is just an early list that I kind of put together. Let me know what you think. Like I said, I did base it off of Finn's Suicune's Inteleon Ludicolo list. If Suicune was good, then I don't see why Origin Form Palkia V-Star is not good. And so it'll be interesting to see what happens. But yeah, want to give a huge shout out to Jake one more time for creating the Poking Gear app, and Jack for making the Astral Radiance cards. And so what we're going to see is next 2 days is me covering more decks. 2 more Astral Radiant decks. Do you know what they are? What are the most hyped decks? I know what they are, but do you know what they are? I think they're most hyped. But yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. If you have any suggestions, let me know. Hit that subscribe button. Alrighty, bye.